Well, we know that armed police officers are inside the Palace of Westminster. What is not clear at the moment is whether this is routine in order to ascertain that everybody in the building is safe and is who they say they are, or if there is any kind of information or intelligence that means that there is some fear that there could be an attack inside Parliament itself. Let's remember that the first incident that took place was not inside Parliament. It was at the gates of Parliament, the gates that many of our viewers will walk past if they've been to London and seen Big Ben, and that gate is permanently open. I walked past it the other day and thought to myself, gosh, that's quite trusting. Anybody could rush that gate. And that is where that policeman was stabbed by an assailant, a man, that there were then, according to witnesses I've heard from, that there were 4 gunshots and that the man, the assailant, was actually injured. We don't know the state in which he's in. But then this separate incident on Westminster Bridge, of course, of great concern. We've had a car before rushing someone, and that was a few years ago, and it was Fusilier Rigby, you remember, who was then subsequently, he was unconscious, and then 2 assailants got out of the car and attempted to decapitate him. So, yes, there will be, of course, very thorough examination, of course, of CCTV, of any eyewitnesses' accounts, of any electronic devices that, for example, that first assailant at the gates will have had. It is not clear, and it is very possible that the car that actually injured those pedestrians on Westminster Bridge managed to get away, in which case the police, there will be a manhunt going on for the assailant who actually rammed those pedestrians. We understand there are at least 4, possibly 12 injured on Westminster Bridge.
Benedicta, the man shot by police, so you're telling us now then he's injured. Do we have any idea, any information on his identity?
No, we do not. And this is perfectly routine. British police would not operate in that manner. They would not. Their concern is not to be giving us, the media, that kind of information. Their concern will be to secure Parliament, to secure the bridge, to secure the area, to ensure that no more attacks happen, that no more people are injured or killed. So for the moment we have no report of deaths, we have reports simply of injuries. Their concern will be to identify those individuals and to track down who they are, where they live, where they reside, how long they've been in the country, who they associate with, do they have accomplices, and whether there could be therefore other, and in order to stop any kind of other similar attacks.
And Benedicta, how big of an area has been sealed off by police?
Well, it ranges from Westminster Bridge, which connects the south and the north of London, a very, very busy bridge at any time during the day, the whole of Parliament Square, all the way down then to the beginning of Victoria Street, all the way down then towards Whitehall, where there is the Foreign Office, where there is Downing Street, where there are many ministries. I understand that all the political buildings in the area have also been told to be in lockdown.
And this is an area you mentioned before that you've walked past it, thinking that that the gates perhaps are not secure enough. This is an area that tourists would visit, so it's quite possible that amongst the injured there are foreigners.
It's very likely that there are foreigners. It is an area that is absolutely all the time full of tourists. Big Ben is the big attraction. Parliament is the big attraction. That whole area. It's about a 5-minute, 7-minute walk from Buckingham Palace. So it's a very touristy area. And yes, there will be, of course, fears of tourists also, but there are really important procedures and exercises, regular exercise by the army, by the intelligence services, by the police for this kind of incident. And, of course, we live in an open democracy. Yes, I was surprised that the gate was open, thought to myself, but this is it. In Britain, it's about walking that fine balance between a democracy, being very vigilant for any kind of terrorist attack, being at a very high state of alert where we know that any kind of incident is possible at a moment's notice and that an attack is highly likely. On the other hand, not cowing to these terrorists, what is being seen as giving in to these terrorists and changing one's way of life. What is encouraged by the authorities is to report any kind of bag that is left unattended in a public place, in a railway station, near an important building, and to report anything about any kind of suspicious behavior that one might witness.
Benedicta, we've got the Reuters news agency quoting police as saying that this incident in the Houses of Parliament area is being treated as a terrorist incident. They say until we know otherwise. Any idea then what this changes in terms of the security procedures and what London might look like in the coming days if indeed this was a terrorist attack?
Well, I think that there will be absolutely much greater vigilance in, of course, all of London's airports. That's Heathrow, that's Gatwick, that's Stansted, it's London City Airport, in railway stations, of course, because anywhere where people congregate. Here it would seem that it is the political heart of Britain and the United Kingdom at a very important time. Well, it's always important, but at this soon triggering of Brexit, that is being looked at and attacked, and then on Westminster Bridge. So this is all very symbolic to say we can attack you at the heart of your democracy. I'm sure that there will be plans that Britain and the public will be made aware of in the coming hours. There will be, I'm sure, also a reassuring statement from a minister, possibly from the Prime Minister herself, and for example, from the Home Secretary. I would expect a statement in the coming hours or hour to reassure people and also to encourage them, as I said, to report any suspicious incident or any kind of occurrence that they could possibly help the intelligence services and the police, and for people to be to stay safe, but not to be in fear of their lives.